Night falls slowly over Jerusalem. The city does not sleep, it tightens. Torches flicker against stone walls. Shadows stretch long across the narrow streets. Voices murmur in hushed clusters. Something is happening. Something irreversible. And you are following at a distance. Not running away. Not walking beside him. Just far enough. You told him you would never leave. You said it with certainty. With heat. With loyalty that felt unbreakable. Even if everyone else falls away. I won't. You believed that. You believed your devotion was stronger than fear. But devotion has never been tested like this. They lead him through the courtyard gates. Soldiers. Accusations. Noise. Authority pressing down like a storm cloud. You slip in behind the crowd. You stay close enough to see. Far enough to not be seen. The fire in the center of the courtyard burns low and steady. Its glow paints every face in flickering orange light. Strangers warm their hands beside you. Servants whisper. A guard laughs too loudly. You stretch your hands toward the flame. It is colder than you expected. Not the air. Inside. You try to steady your breathing. He is only a few steps away. Bound. Silent. Watching. You thought following him meant miracles. Momentum. Crowds. Victory. You did not imagine this. You did not imagine chains. You did not imagine weakness. A servant girl studies your face through the shifting firelight. There is curiosity in her eyes. You were with him. The words land softly, but they hit like a blade. You shake your head instinctively. No. Too quick. Too sharp. Your voice doesn't sound like yours. She squints. Certain now. Yes. You were with Jesus of Galilee. Your heart pounds harder. The courtyard suddenly feels smaller. Every face a potential threat. Every shadow an accusation. I don't know what you're talking about. The lie tastes metallic. You step back from the fire. Distance feels safer. But fear follows. Another voice joins in. Then another. You are one of them. One of them. As if it is something dangerous. As if belonging to him is now a liability. Your mind races. If they arrest him, they may arrest you. If they condemn him, they may condemn you. You thought you were ready to die for him. But now you are calculating survival. You swear. You deny again. Louder. Stronger. I do not know the man. The sentence hangs in the air. Heavy. Final. And then, silence. Not from the crowd. From the night itself. A sound cuts through the courtyard. Sharp. Clear. Unmistakable. A rooster crows. It is ordinary. It happens every morning. But this one feels like judgment. Because hours earlier he had said, "Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times." You told him he was wrong. You told him you were different. You told him your love was stronger. The sound echoes again in your mind. And suddenly, memory collides with reality. 3 times. Exactly as he said. You don't feel brave. You don't feel justified. You feel exposed. Not because others know, but because you know. You didn't drift. You didn't stumble. You chose. Fear chose for you. The fire crackles behind you, but you no longer feel its warmth. Somewhere inside that courtyard, he is still standing. Still silent. Still bound. And you are outside the circle of light now, breathing harder than before. You told him you would follow anywhere, but there are places loyalty costs more than you expected. And tonight, you discovered the price. The rooster's cry fades into the darkness, but something inside you is already broken. The sound of the rooster still hangs in the air, but something else moves through the courtyard now. Not noise, not accusation, a shift. You feel it before you see it. You turn, and in the flickering firelight, through soldiers, through shadows, through the weight of the night, he looks at you. No anger, no surprise, no outrage, just knowing. It is not the kind of look that exposes you to others. It exposes you to yourself. In that single moment, everything slows. The courtyard fades. The whispers blur. The crackling fire dulls. There is only his eyes. And yours. He does not say, "I told you so." He does not say, "How could you?" He does not defend himself. He does not accuse you. He simply looks. And somehow that look carries everything. He knew this would happen. He knew your confidence would collapse under pressure. He knew fear would shake you. He knew your courage had limits. And he loved you anyway. That is what breaks you. Not guilt. Not public embarrassment. Love. Love that knew. Love that predicted. Love that stayed. You thought failure would create distance. But his eyes hold no distance at all. They hold sorrow. Not because you failed him, but because he knows how deeply this will wound you. You step back. Your breath becomes uneven. Your chest tightens. You cannot stand there another second. You turn and walk away. Then faster. Then you run. Out of the courtyard. Past the gates. Into the dark streets. The city is quieter here. But inside you, everything is loud. Every word you said replays. I do not know the man. The sentence echoes like a verdict. You find a place where no one can see you. And you break. Not dignified tears. Not silent sorrow. You weep. The kind of weeping that shakes your body. The kind that empties strength. The kind that makes breathing difficult. You thought you were stronger. You thought you were different. You thought your love was unshakable. And now all you feel is failure. Have you ever noticed? It is one thing to disappoint others. It is another thing entirely to disappoint yourself. You didn't just deny him. You betrayed the version of yourself you believed in. The loyal one. The brave one. The devoted one. And now you sit in the dark with the truth. You are capable of fear. Capable of self-preservation. Capable of choosing safety over love. This is the moment most people don't talk about. The hours after failure. The silence after the mistake. the space where shame whispers, "You are not who you thought you were." You wonder if this is the end. If something essential is fractured beyond repair. You don't know yet about the cross. You don't know yet about the empty tomb. You don't know yet about breakfast by the sea. All you know is this: you failed. And he saw it. He saw all of it. And still, there was no hatred in his eyes. Only grief. Only compassion. Only something deeper than you can explain. Sometimes the most painful part of failure is not that we fall. It's that we realize we are loved even in the falling. Because love like that demands transformation. It calls you forward. It refuses to let you remain small. It refuses to let fear define you forever. But tonight, you cannot see that yet. Tonight is only tears. Only regret. Only the echo of a rooster in the distance. And maybe you recognize this place. Maybe you know what it feels like. To say words you wish you could take back. To choose silence when you should have spoken. To step away when you should have stood firm. To protect yourself instead of protecting what you love. If that's you, you are not alone in this courtyard. Failure is not the end of your story. It was not the end of his. And before we continue to what happens next, take a quiet second. If this moment speaks to you, if you have ever felt the weight of failing what you love, you can let that be known. Not with explanations. Not with long stories. Just a simple line in the comments. I've been there. And if this journey through silence, failure, and restoration is helping you breathe a little easier, you can choose to stay connected to these reflections by subscribing. No pressure. Just an open door. Because the story doesn't end in the courtyard. And neither does yours. In the next part, there will be a shoreline, a charcoal fire, and 3 questions that change everything. Days have passed. The city has changed. Rumors move faster than fear now. The tomb is empty. Some say they saw him. Some say it is impossible. You don't know what to do with hope yet. Hope feels dangerous. Failure is easier to carry than hope. So you return to what you understand. Water. Nets. Boats. Work. The sea does not ask questions. It does not bring up the courtyard. It does not repeat the sound of the rooster. It simply moves. You push the boat out before sunrise. The air is cold against your skin. The horizon is still gray. You fish all night and catch nothing. Strange how familiar that feels. Effort without result. Movement without progress. Noise without fulfillment. The others are quiet too. Maybe they are thinking about their own moments of weakness. Maybe they are pretending nothing happened. Morning begins to form at the edge of the sky. Soft light stretches across the water. And then, a figure stands on the shore. You can't see clearly at first. Just a silhouette against dawn. He calls out, "Have you caught anything?" No. The answer tastes ordinary. But it carries weight. Throw your net on the right side of the boat. It is such a simple instruction. You hesitate only for a second. Then you obey. The net sinks. The water pulls. And suddenly, it tightens. heavy, alive, overflowing. So many fish you can barely hold it. Your breath catches. Memory rushes back. Another boat. Another miracle. Another beginning. And then someone whispers, "It is the Lord." Your heart does not calculate this time. It does not weigh risk. It does not measure consequence. You jump into the water. Cold. Sharp. Real. You swim toward the shore. Toward him. Not perfect. Not confident. Not restored yet. Just moving. When your feet touch the sand, you see it. A charcoal fire. The same kind of fire. The same smell in the air. Not the courtyard, but close enough to remember it. He is standing beside it, cooking breakfast. Bread. Fish. Morning light resting gently over everything. No crowd. No accusation. No mention of denial. Just presence. You stand there. Dripping. Breathing. Unsure. He looks at you again. But this time the weight is different. After everyone eats, he speaks your name. Not betrayer. Not failure. Your name. Simon, do you love me? The question is not sharp. It is not sarcastic. It is steady. You answer quickly. Yes, Lord. You know that I love you. He nods slightly. Feed my lambs. Silence again. Then a second time. Simon, do you love me? It stings now. Not because he doubts you, but because you remember. 3 denials. This is the second question. Yes, Lord. You know that I love you. Take care of my sheep. And then the third time. Gentler. Deeper. Simon, do you love me? The third question breaks something open inside you. Not shame. Not defensiveness. Something cleaner. You feel the echo of the 3 denials. But instead of condemnation, there is invitation. 3 failures. 3 restorations. He is not replaying your worst moment. He is rewriting it. You swallow the emotion rising in your throat. Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you. And he does not lecture. He does not recount your weakness. He entrusts you with responsibility. Feed my sheep. This is how he restores you. Not by pretending the failure never happened. Not by minimizing it. But by calling you forward through it. The fire that once witnessed your fear now witnesses your calling. The same smell. The same warmth. Different ending. You thought failure disqualified you. He turns it into formation. You thought denial defined you. He defines you by love. And here's the quiet truth. The rooster did not end your story. The look did not end your story. The tears did not end your story. Love had the final word. And maybe this is what you need to hear tonight. You are not the worst moment of your life. You are not the sentence you wish you could take back. You are not the fear that overtook you. If you are willing to step back toward the fire, he will not replay the accusation. He will ask you one question. Do you love me? And in that question is restoration. In that question is purpose. In that question is a future bigger than your failure. The sea moves gently behind you. The sun rises fully now. And for the first time since that night in the courtyard, you can breathe again. Sit with the shoreline for a moment. The fire is still warm. The waves still move gently behind you. The question still lingers in the air. Do you love me? Not. Why did you fail? Why weren't you stronger? Why did you say that? Why did you stay silent? Just, do you love me? We often think God approaches our failures with a list, a record, a replay, a verdict. But on that morning by the sea, he approached with a question. And the question was not about performance. It was about love. Maybe your failure didn't look like Peter's. Maybe it wasn't dramatic. Maybe it was quiet. A compromise. A habit. A silence when you should have spoken. A word spoken when you should have stayed silent. Maybe you disappointed someone. Maybe you disappointed yourself. Maybe you feel like you disappointed God. And maybe what hurts the most is not what others think, but the gap between who you believed you were and what you actually did. That gap can feel unbearable. It can make you shrink, withdraw, hide. It can convince you that you are no longer qualified to walk closely with Him. But look at the shoreline again. Jesus did not remove Peter from the story. He expanded it. He did not say, "You failed me, so stand aside." He said, "Feed my sheep." Responsibility, calling, trust, given not after perfection, but after repentance, after tears, after humility, after love spoken honestly. Here's the truth most people need to hear. Failure can break your illusion of strength, but it can also build your dependence. And dependence is where real transformation begins. Peter was never the same after the courtyard, but he was deeper, softer, less certain of himself, more certain of grace. Maybe that is what this moment is for you. Not to define you by what you did, but to refine you through it. You may never erase the memory. Peter never forgot the rooster, but the memory no longer controlled him, because the final sound in his story was not a rooster. It was a voice by the sea. If you're carrying something tonight, a regret, a choice, a sentence you wish you could take back, you do not need to run from the fire. Step toward it. Let the question meet you gently. Do you love me? Not perfectly, not flawlessly, not heroically, just honestly. And if your answer is yes, even after everything, yes, then listen carefully. That is enough to begin again. The story of your faith is not measured by moments of collapse, but by moments of return. Peter's greatest failure became the soil for his greatest calling. Yours can too. The waves continue their rhythm. The fire burns steady. Morning light spreads across the water. And somewhere beyond your regret, there is still purpose. The courtyard was not the end. The shoreline was not the end. And this moment you are living now is not the end either. Stay by the fire a little longer. Breathe. You are still called. You are still seen. You are still loved. And love has the final word.